Good morning. My name is Charles Wagner. I am the founder of Gramazon.com. It is Monday, February 5th, 2024, and this is episode 13 in our testimony sharing series. I believe the root of all sin is our desire to rebel from God. It's our desire to be our own God. It's our desire to glorify ourselves. It's a desire to worship ourselves. It's a desire to rely on our own strength, to do what we want to do, to say what we want to say, to make our own plans, to establish our own goals, to define truth for ourselves. Hey, it's my truth. And to also define for ourselves what is good and evil. That is the root condition of the human heart. That is the rebellion of our heart. That is the treason that we commit against God, is we're actually trying to substitute God with ourselves. We have the tendency to want to worship and glorify and praise human beings. And even though we are redeemed and reconciled with Christ through the gospel, we still have that sinful heart. We still have that tendency. And in the church, there still is that tendency to say, look at John over there. He is the perfect Christian, and he is so much more mature in his faith than me. He intimidates me. As a matter of fact, I want to step away from him a little bit. He repulses me because when I'm around him, he makes me feel inferior. So we have this tendency to glorify ourselves, then we also have a tendency to glorify others. The truth of the matter is that every single human being is broken. Every single human being, it needs to be redeemed by the gospel of Jesus Christ. There is no perfect Christian. There is nobody who's loving God of themselves superior than other people without the indwelling of the Holy Spirit. It is the Holy Spirit who transforms us and makes us godly. It is not ourselves. It's not the person that makes himself or herself more godly. But the fact of the matter is, every single Christian has skeletons in their closet. And what that does is it actually fosters this worship of human beings, even in the church. If I hide from people my true brokenness, maybe I will be praised. There's also this other truth that if I hide the skeletons in my closet, I'm setting a good example for others by my godly living. And that's certainly something to think about. But what I'm talking about this morning is the power of the testimony to bring us down to earth, right? The power of the testimony to say, no, it's not about the human, it's about God. Our testimony plays a very important role in saying, no, even though I'm walking with God, even though I love the Lord, I too am a broken person. I too had a messy life. I too need to be rescued by God. There is nothing special about me. What is special is what Christ has done in my life, just like he does for everybody else. I was in the pit and he rescued me. A long time ago, in a previous church I attended, there was this family that had perfect children. I mean, they really did. These children just seemed to be the epitome of what you'd want with godly children. And we had a family meal night, right? So the whole church was able to come for a family dinner. And I actually went up to this guy, the father of this family, and I praised him. I said, wow, your children are the epitome of godliness. It's like, wow, what do you do? And then he said to me, oh, you don't know what it's like in our house, right? We are not what we seem to be here at church. We are really quite broken. And just as soon as he said that, two of the girls at the table fought with one another. It was like this perfect timing. And he was like, see? So we have this way of glorifying other people when they don't deserve it. And so your testimony has a way of putting you down to size, has a way of glorifying Christ, to say, yes, you too were needy, were broken, had a messy life, and Jesus Christ came in and rescued you. You're not better than anybody else. You too were broken. So yes, I am not at all saying we shouldn't walk godly lives and be examples for others to set. But what's so important when we walk the godly life and set an example for others is that we also have our testimony that says, I am walking with God because the Holy Spirit came in and rescued me through the gospel of Jesus Christ. And now, out of love for what Christ has done for me, I am now seeking to please him. That's a whole lot different than people thinking, wow, you've never done anything wrong. You've always done everything perfectly. And they're repulsed by you because they know they have done things wrong. So your testimony is very important to communicate to people that, yes, you are not better than anybody else. You too needed the gospel of Jesus Christ. And because you're walking with God, it's a real inspiration for others that they too, in their messy lives, can walk with God like you do. All right, God bless.